Hey, welcome to Super Social Club. I'm Jeremy. Today I'm doing LAPHROAIG CAIRDEAS. This is the 2018 FINO CASK finish, bottled at 51.8% ABV. It uses first fill ex-bourbon casks, which are then later finished in FINO hogsheads from Spain. I paid 105 Canadian dollars for this here in Ontario at the LCBO. This bottle was a pain in the ass to acquire. I will get into that after I nose it, taste it, and give it a mark. All right, on the nose. First thing I get here is a nice candied sweetness. Very sweet, very nice. Salted caramel, for sure. You get a little bit of saltiness here with that sweet. Reminds me of that salted kind of caramel toffee. A little bit of dried fruit, almost like a dried peach, dried fig. Lots of medicinal notes here too. LAPHROAIG, you get that medicinal peatiness big time in this as well. Very nice. You can definitely tell it's LAPHROAIG. It's very bold, very peaty, very heavy. And there's that nice balance of the dried fruit as well, and the sweetness. Very nice nose. All right, let's try the palate. Really good mesquite barbecue note here. Really nice. Lots of wood influence as well. Hickory wood. The sweetness carries over to the palate as well. It's almost like a lifesaver candy here. In the assorted packs, there's the white ones. That's what this tastes like. The peat, obviously, still very much there. Very bold. There's a little bit of a hay kind of note in here as well. Almost kind of you get that peat mixed with kind of earthy kind of notes. It kind of reminds me of the Octomore, the 0.3s, and maybe even the 0.4s, like the virgin oak ones. You kind of get that earthy hay kind of farm notes almost. I get that with this as well. Almost kind of like the Kelpie, the Ardbeg Kelpie, kind of had a little bit of that virgin oak influence in it as well. And I picked that up in here. Really nice. I'm really enjoying this. Finish, long finish, peat's there again. A little bit of honey maybe on the end of that as well. But really nice. I like this one. As far as the FINO cask influence, I'm not feeling like there's a lot of sherry in this. I'm hardly picking it up at all, really, other than just the little bit of fruit notes. It's almost just a straight ex-bourbon matured whiskey. So I'm not sure how long they matured these in the Finos for. I feel like I could use a little bit more influence with that. Other than that, I think it's a really nice whiskey. I said before that these were really hard to acquire. LCBO in Ontario, if you don't know, is usually about 4 to 9 months late releasing things compared to the United States, for example. So when these hit the shelves, people were really surprised to see this bottle out here because the LCBO listed it as the 2017 CAIRDEAS, which was the quarter cask strength. So there was a kind of a mad dash to go out and buy these bottles. I was searching LCBO inventories. Some would pop up and they'd be immediately gone. People would be calling in, reserving the entire store allotment, going in there later and picking every single one up for themselves, the song and dance. So I go into an LCBO. I wake up in the morning, I see that there's 6 bottles available at a store that's fairly close to me. So at 10 o'clock when the doors are open, I'm there, I'm waiting outside. I walk in, I ask about the bottle. They tell me that it's sold out. Seems kind of weird because I saw the inventory this morning. I'm the first person in the door. How have you sold all these bottles already? It wasn't until I talked to a manager that I finally kind of, pressed them a little bit, and then the manager was like, okay, I'll let you have 1 bottle, and went behind the counter and pulled out a bottle and handed it to me. So there's kind of something going on here with the LCBO. They're hiding their inventory. They're not letting people know that they have bottles. When people call in, I've heard other stories about people being lied to as well, and just I don't understand it. I don't know why. It's a government-run organization. There's no reason for them to lie to you. It's frustrating, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. The LCBO cannot handle a limited release at all. They cannot handle an online release. They botch those. They botch this. It's frustrating. It's completely frustrating. They should really figure out when a limited release is coming out and just make it a one per person online exclusive only kind of thing. I'm sure they can do it. They make billions of dollars a year. They can probably figure it out. They don't care about customer service is the bottom line. They don't care. There's no competition. It's a monopoly. They don't care about customer service, and it frustrates a lot of people, including myself, who, want to jump on these releases and, have a hard time doing it. Anyway, end rant. Score-wise for this one, I like it. I like those Ardbegs, like the 0.4 Virgin Oaks and the Ardbeg Kelpie. I think if you like those as well, I think you'll like this one. If you don't like those, you might have a hard time finding something that you enjoy with this whiskey. But for me, I do like those ones. I like LAPHROAIG. I like the heavy peat in it. 87 out of 100 for me on this one. Value-wise, I paid 105 Canadian, which is about equivalent to what they go for elsewhere. The States is about 80 bucks US, which is give or take the same after the conversion. So value-wise, I'm going to leave this at 0, which I think the price is justified on this one. So yeah, 87 out of 100, solid mark. Let me know what you think. Have you guys been able to grab this one? I know people in Ontario, sometimes you get lucky and you can grab a bunch, or sometimes you can't. Let me know your experience on trying to find this bottle, and if you've had it, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you agree with me that the Fino is maybe like a little more subtle than you would like? I think I would kind of like a little more sherry influence in this one. It has a little bit of that kind of youthful kind of note to it, like it needs to be almost finished for a little bit longer, I think. But that's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Have a good one, guys. I appreciate it. Cheers.